Can we have AI Colosseum NPC Wars to the stage, please?
No, because we're gonna switch tabs.
Okay, cool. So yeah, like I said, just be mindful once I start giving you like the wrap up. There'll be like 30 seconds left. I'll give you like an X when you're at the end of your time.
Okay, so it's minute 30 for presentation and 30 for demo, or 130 for demo.
130 for everything.
Okay, perfect.
30 seconds per question from the judge.
Okay, you give us your like.
You're all set when you want to go.
Okay, let's get started. This is Eduardo, Mir, and Owen couldn't make it here. So we didn't know each other before, but we have something in common, and that's a passion for competitions and for transparency. So that's why we built AI Colosseum. AI Colosseum is basically a platform for AI competitions in which you can submit your model and put it to compete against other AI models. I don't know if you're familiar with Kaggle. Kaggle is a platform for that specifically, and it's become this huge community for people to learn and stuff. We do like Kaggle, but we feel like there should be a way in which we know who won and why he won. So we are building this on-chain. And how does it work? We basically have two users. Our user A is AI developers, and our user B is our host. The host creates a competition. If the user, the AI dev, wants to join the competition, it can submit its AI model and put it to compete against other models on the dashboard. Once the model run, the AI prediction is verified by ECKL, so we're able to see the results and prove them on chain. Once the winner is selected, the prize distribution goes to the dev, and the winning model goes to the host so he can use it.
Okay, so we have 14 seconds. So here is the UI. Basically, you upload the machine learning model, which is this .onnx file. Click upload. And then basically, we have a web server here written in Rust, which is connecting to this EZKL library and basically creating a circuit out of that model, creating a ZK proof, and creating EVM bytecode, which will verify the proof on chain and enable us to verify who won the competition. And then we'll also have leaderboard, fighting, etc.
All right, thank you guys. We have time for one question from the judges, if we have any judges that have a question.
The question I had was, do you guys have access to the data the model was trained in, or do you verify the results the model produces for that data or anything of that sort to make sure they haven't doctored the results?
Yeah, they upload the model and and we generate the proof. So we have that the output is supplied when you create a competition. So you have the output, it's like the starting point, what you want the model to come out with, and then you have the proof that the model came out with that output, and you have the model, so you can like verify all of it. Yeah.
All right, thank you guys. Up next, we have AlphaGo. We can have the team from Decent AI come up to the side stage as well, please. Thank you. All right, take it away, AlphaGo.
Hello, judges. Our project is Alpha Protocol. Alpha Protocol is a peer-to-peer networking platform designed to enable our users to basically connect directly as peers and exchange valuable data securely. This is not a novel concept. Mesh networking has been implemented throughout the world for many years. Some of the most pivotal use cases have been in India in the early 1990s when they were developing their internet infrastructure and using it to reach remote villages. Another key aspect was in 2014 during the Umbrella Revolution. Hong Kong was using fire chat so that peaceful protesters could organize despite the government working to shut down communications infrastructure. So in an ever-changing political and economic environment, it's important to have tools for the decentralized community to continue to expand and overcome objections. So what we've created today and what we're presenting here is a product called AlphaGo, which is essentially a gamified experience which enables people to visualize the activity in this network, which you can download and play here at this link. So our core platform basically was developed to target important bounties here from Filecoin storage and Infura to handle these transactions, signatures from Fireblocks, and using deployments with Open Zeppelin and Cartesi on the Polycon network. We also implemented Lens protocol for some of the social aspects. So what you're able to do is basically visualize locations on the map. We have here the Sport Castle, of course, where we've been building, as well as the build hub as some locations. I'm just pulling up right now so I can show you guys Mint. And we also have user profiles and chat messaging, so you're able to communicate between other users that are in the ecosystem, securely. So I'll show you quickly just a Mint.
Thanks to the AlphaGo team. We have time for one question from the judges. Nope. All right, thanks.
No questions? Okay, here's our NFT minting based on us being here at this location. You can actually see transaction just happen.
All right, thank you to the AlphaGo team. If we have the Decent AI team or EVM Blackjack available in the audience, please come up to the stage. All right, presenting now is the Decent AI team.
Hello. Hey. So our project is called Decent AI. It stands for Decentralized AI. The motivation for this is that all closed source solutions right now, which give an inference for your prompt, take away your anonymity, while all open source solutions are either too clogged up or too hard to set up. Let's just start with the demo here. We've built this app for users to have extremely smooth gasless experience. So we've built on yeah. All right. So the offering is basically that the user submits a prompt to the smart contract. AI independent developer nodes listen to these prompts and return a response based on their model. And each of these parts are independent of each other. All right. So the project for the users, it's a smooth gasless experience. For the developers, it is a simple CLI setup, which we will just see. Okay, internet is too bad here. Yeah.
All right. Thank you to the Decent AI team. Do we have any questions from the judges?
Hey, hi. This is actually interesting. So you are trying to protect the privacy of the user asking the question, or is it to incentivize people who build their own models?
It's both. It's to incentivize people to build their own model and gain income directly from the user instead of going through an organization. The second part is the anonymity. Anonymity is for both sides, for the user as well as the developer. And yeah.
Who like? Do you have an estimated demography of who would have sufficient data to build huge models for generative?
Many
or-
of the models right now are open source. The problem is that these open source models are hosted at Hugging Face, and where the demand is too high for them to have it open for everyone to estimate. So it's always clogged up. You will not find a model which is open source. We've also built this solution where the developer, once they register on the platform, the node itself becomes an NFT, and the code becomes part of the metadata of the node itself, so which can be traded among developers. And the reputation, basically the reputation builds up for the developer, and it can trade with each other.
All right. Thank you to the Decent AI team. Coming up next is the EVM Blackjack team.
Check. GM, we're a team of EVM devs. We needed to solve a tough on-chain probability problem for the protocol we're building.
We can please get the My Mool team over to the side, please. Thank you.
No, he's trying. GM, we're a team of EVM devs who needed to solve a tough on-chain probability problem for the protocol we're building. Let's talk a little bit about our... GM, we're a team of EVM devs who needed to solve a tough on-chain probability problem for the protocol we're building. Let's talk a little bit about our game design. We use Stanford...
Here is EVM Blackjack.
GM, we're a team of EVM devs who needed to solve a tough on-chain probability problem for the protocol we're building. Let's talk a little bit about our game design. We use Stanford... EVM devs who needed to solve a tough on-chain probability problem for the protocol we're building. Let's talk a little bit about our game design. We use Stanford Wong's basic strategy to benchmark the different rules.
Are we going? My mule.
All right, presenting now is the My Mule team.
Hi, everyone. Yeah. Well, I'd love to present our project game on-chain. 3D NFT Tamagotchi meets Pokemon style game for the new age called My Mule. Well, there are evolving problems in the gaming industry. You don't own your assets really. A publishing company, you are sort of at the mercy of it. If it decides to delete it, they're pretty much gone. NFT is a useful tech. Another one, metaverse, Web3 metaverse is actually a hot topic, right? The major problem is that metaverse is pretty much empty. If there are no engaging experiences, users are not gonna stay, and that pretty much eliminates the point of it. So yeah, so our game attempts to solve those problems by being fully interoperable, so the assets and behaviors can appear in any environment. So go on. Let's open the tech stack.
So here we have an interactive NFT with the GLB stored on the right and the left-sided behavior graph that defines all the off-chain behavior that's rendered in real time. And this actually links directly to the smart contract. So we have our AVI here, and we can pull any method from the smart contract and have it rendered real time in the game. And also we can click on this thing and fire any smart contract transaction like petting the bear, which will cause it to be happier. So the game state is updated and reflected in this interactive NFT that's stored in an interoperable format that will be supported by all the major game engines. It's an upcoming interoperable format for game behavior definition. Yeah, that's it. We're out of time.
All right, thank you to the My Mule team. Is there any questions from any of the judges? All right, thank you, My Mule.
You had one question?
Sorry about that.
Hey, I was just wondering if you guys have your own metaverse, or are you just putting your assets into other people's metaverse to solve the engagement problem for them?
So the idea is these are just like self-contained items that, because they're defined in an interoperable way, you could import them into any other gaming platform. So we imagine creating like a series of these that can like communicate with each other and like have a game around them, but also makes so that you can import them into your game and have them interact with your whole ecosystem. Yeah.
All right, thank you, My Mule team. Coming up next is the EVM Blackjack team. If we could please have the real FT team show up to the side stage, we'll get you moving. The real FT team, please come up to the side stage.
Players can connect their wallet to get 1,000. GM, we're a team of EVM devs who needed to solve a tough on-chain probability problem for the protocol. GM, we're a team of EVM devs who needed to solve a tough on-chain probability problem for the protocol we're building. Let's talk a little.
we're still having trouble with that computer audio feedback here. So I think we're going to go with the other team on stage for now. Just be on standby, EVM Blackjack. Thanks. EVM Blackjack, could you guys make sure that you're sending some sort of audio test feed down the line so we can see signal, please? We can see levels. Thank you.
All right, so here's the real FT team.
Testing. All right, so NFTs have a bad rep. NFTs sold for thousands are now worthless. The general public feels they're just meaningless JPEGs. They can just right-click and copy at will. They don't know they can use real FTs to enhance the real-world value of their property. Real FT solves this problem by allowing anyone to turn their property into a real FT collection. They can create provenance by adding experience with VIPs. They can add maintenance records, verifiable credentials for luxury property, and I'm sure people will think of much more. For example, let's say you buy a t-shirt at a concert. I could take a picture of that shirt, mint a new real FT collection. If I could get it signed by the band, I could take a picture of that event and add it to the collection. This adds provenance by giving more context to the signature. Real FTs can be minted by luxury watch authentication partners to add verifiable credentials to luxury watches. In short, everyone who uses our platform will see that real FTs are attached to real world value. So, how would you like to own a piece of the Coinbase of NFTs? How would you like to own a platform where people seamlessly create rough drafts of real FTs of real world property? How would you like to own a piece of the on-ramp for publishing real FTs to any blockchain? Any questions? What do you mean by secondary sales?
I used to work at eBay, and I think one of the cool use of NFT is sustainability and allowing other people to use it, when the first person doesn't want it again. So if the NFT is attached to a physical item and I wanted to resell it, certain companies don't allow that, but others do. So how do I logistically transfer a physical item to another person?
The NFT adds value to physical property like a receipt. So when you sell your physical property, you just transfer it to their address. The NFT, it just adds value by being a certificate of authenticity, by being a maintenance record, etc. Yeah.
All right, thank you to the real FT team. If we could please have the Royalty Loyalty team come up to the side stage. Thank you.
Let's talk a little bit about our game design.
All right. Hey there.
All right, guys, we have the EVM Blackjack team presenting now.
Thanks for everybody's patience, and sorry for the audio difficulties.
GM, we're a team of EVM devs who needed to solve a tough on-chain probability problem for the protocol we're building. Let's talk a little bit about our game design. We use Stanford Wong's basic strategy to benchmark the different rules that we offer. Chip is our just for fun ERC20 token. Players can connect their wallet to get 1,000 chip. The house starts with 1 million chip. Bet sizes are 10 to 100, and we have no limits on bet sizes, so card counting MEV searchers come and get it. Here's a look at our DApp, which we deployed on Polygon Mumbai and Sepolia testnet. We place a bet, deal out some cards, and then can hit, stand, double down, and take other actions before payouts are made. In between building sessions, we found some time to play blackjack and research our game mechanics to make sure that we had a good user experience. The impetus for this project was the need to generate probabilities based on a dynamically changing set of weights. This could be good for use cases like NFT drops and reveals, random values for game items, or weighting in DeFi applications. Say we have 3 buckets, each with a different weight to them. When the buckets are equal, it makes sense that the probability of each is equal. But if the weights change, now we need to dynamically update this in sublinear time so that it scales on-chain. Here's some behind the scenes. We're sourcing our entropy from Chainlink VRF, and we're using our libddrv to drive our EVM Blackjack game. We researched how to generate dynamic, discrete random variates in sublinear time. We found an academic paper from 1993, deep in the footnotes of Knuth's books on computing. We ripped it apart to build our shared understanding and shine a light on the tougher parts of implementing it in Solidity. Okay, so where to from here? We're going to write invariant tests from the paper in Foundry, run a Monte Carlo sim to validate the weights, and finally write some better docs for better developer experience so game devs can start using our library right away. EVM Blackjack.
All right, thank you to the EVM Blackjack team. Is there any judges in the crowd that would like to ask a question to this team? Any questions? Last call. All right, thank you to the EVM Blackjack team.
Thanks so much. Provably fair, provably fun.
If we could please have the TerraWave team meet us on the side stage, please. Thank you.
All right, can you guys hear me? Okay, cool. Sorry. Okay, so we're Royalty Loyalty, and basically this hackathon, we wanted to contribute to the dialogue of artist royalties. And so, yeah, essentially there's a lot of problems with on-chain royalties currently. I'm not really sure what the path forward is, but we are proposing a solution. So basically, we're proposing that royalties should be enforced as social incentives, and I think that it's a better mechanism than some of the on-chain, like forcing people to pay fee on transfer and some of the other options out there. And so, how to do this? We basically have just a little background on EIP 2981. It's kind of up to the marketplaces to enforce it, and also to make sure that they're paying what the artist has set as their royalty. We're extending the existing standard and adding an on-royalty received hook. And so the artist can essentially set some criteria in there for some enforcement if they want, or the main thing that we're focusing on is we're creating a standard event for royalty payments. And so this is gonna enable the ease of access for artists to be kind of assessing their collector base, and then on an ongoing basis, looking at their collectors, and essentially they have the ability to reward them. And so the whole goal is to empower artists to reward their best collectors, and then that should incentivize those collectors to essentially be paying royalties on marketplaces that are essentially honoring them fully. And so our app, basically, we implemented a mock exchange that utilizes this new standard, and then we're looking at a creator dashboard where they can see the collection that they have created, and then basically all of their holders. And we've done some processing on the data, which is basically the events of the swaps and the royalty payments. And then we've categorized all their holders as essentially if they're good holders, where if you've paid all your royalties, you're a king. If you haven't paid any, you're a poop emoji. And then there's a gradient of each. And then additionally, we've provided some other stats about the collection that the artist might want to reward. And yeah, we've provided a few tools that they can easily reward their holders. They can pick out of this list, create a whitelist for an allowed list or an airdrop, and then also there's a Lens integration where they can create a private post to subsets of their collectors and have an ongoing dialogue with them.
All right, yeah. Thank you to the Royalty Loyalty team. Do we have any questions from any of the judges?
This is very important and timely. Is that EIP, is that 2981, is that already been approved, or is that still a proposal?
Yeah, 2981 is the standard that marketplaces currently use if they are implementing royalties, and then this is just backwards compatible with that, and then an additional feature on top.
All right, thank you to the Royalty Loyalty team. If we could please have the Timelines team and the TerraWave teams come up to the side stage. Thank you.
Yeah, I know. I unplugged it. Oh, you got a timer. Yeah, sure. We got you. Okay. I'll give you like a quick intro, and then you guys can shadow.
All right, everybody. Here's a presentation from the Timelines team.
Hi, we're Timelines, and we're helping people have shared experiences. So we're going to speed through to our product here. We're Web3 native. We put encryption first. We make it easy for groups and teams to assemble. And we also incentivize information sharing and make consent a prerequisite to release. The global NFT market is valued at $20 billion, and it's been growing at over 30% annually. It's projected to continue doing so until 2030. We'll talk about our vision now. This is Stan.
So there is a lot of information created during human conversations. Now this information is lost. We are planning to revolutionize this by allowing people to record this conversation and store it in encrypted form on persistent data storage like IPFS. Our product is the conversation recording tool and speech-to-text tool, textual search, personal NFT. Business model is freemium model, and we will create a market place for this conversation.
Any questions?
Do we have any questions from any of the judges in the audience?
Do you have a rating system for the conversation? Because I can imagine a Quora where they ask, answer, or talk about something, or Reddit. But how do you know which one is better than the other?
One thing we put before other things here is consent between all individuals that are releasing the information. So whether it's with onion encryption or secret sharing, we're encouraging people to make their stuff private first and then decide together what they want to share.
All right, thank you to the Timelines team. Coming up next, we have Zinc Smart Contract.
Hey all, we're Zinc, a decentralized knowledge market. So if you don't know what a knowledge market is, here's a brief definition. It's pretty much a platform that connects people who have problems with those that can potentially solve the problems. So before we had a minimum viable application where it does all the basic functions, but we only thought about embedding DID into it because we want people to ask questions freely and answer questions more freely because they are anonymous. But after we came, we realized how great a part smart contracts can play in this system, where smart contracts allows its traditional form to transform to a ownership economy. It also develops into full transparency, and also it operates with higher efficiency. So basically what we do is we store valuable content as NFT on chain. So people like doctors or like lawyers or chefs, if they have expertise in these areas, they want to show their answers, but they want to secure intellectual property, they would be able to upload their information onto the blockchain as NFTs. So all the perpetual income will go to their account. So in our system, you ask a question, it gets answered. The people who answer a question gets paid. But later on, you also have perpetual income from unlocks later. So our smart contracts has three main components. It first handles payments from account to account. We also added in delegation system for Web2 users who don't know how to use smart contracts. There's also a part where you store valuable content on StopChain as NFT, as I described before. We also offer arbitration system by reviewers. So if you're not satisfied with the answer, you can arbitrate on chain, and there will be reviewers who can come and review your answer. If it's good, it's good. If it's bad, we will revoke it. And then here's our tokenomics. So we have a pool, and it's basically flows into the NFT, and then our user is going to pay in stable coins such as USDC and USDT, and that real money is going to be distributed accordingly for the NFT holders, and we're going to charge a 20% handling fee, and we're going to redistribute that. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you.
All right, thank you to the ZK Smart Contract team. Do we have any questions from any of the judges for this team? Nope. All right, thank you guys. All right, thank you guys. We're just seeing if there are any other last people that need to present, but as of right now, we might. Yeah, so we have one more presentation before we're out of here. One person that missed his time slot, but we'll let him get his chance in here. So after this, we will be concluded with the rest of these presentations.
Check. Hello. Okay. Hello, everyone. So.
All right, guys. Here's a presentation from DaVinci Mind AI.
Okay. So we're DaVinci Mind.ai. So what we solve is that, as you guys can see, I'll make it simple and easy. So today we have a lot of AGIC content creator right now here. They create a lot of AGI content, but they cannot make money on that. Then we have a lot of buyers here. They want to buy a lot of high qualified AI content. But the thing is that the AI content is not protected by the laws. They cannot make money, and they cannot find what they want. So here comes us. We are the NFT marketplace for AIGC prompts. So once they create the prompts for the AIGC content, they're gonna put it into our platform and NFT it. And once the buyer wants to have the prompts, they're gonna to send us the crypto or the fiat money, and we give this to the buyers. And once they confirm they receive the right prompts file, then they will have the money. Smart contract sent to them. Okay. In the future, we will have the AIGC tools here. Okay. They're going to create the AI content on the AIGC tools and mint it as NFT directly to our smart contract. Once the buyer send the crypto or the fiat to us, the smart contract, we're going to send a portion of the money to the AIGC tools and portion of money to the AIGC content creators. So for this, we already create an intelligent marketplace for all those AI content creator and also for the buyers who need those qualified AI content. Thank you.
All right, thank you to the DaVinci AI team.
Any questions?
Are there any questions from any of the judges that would like to ask?
Actually, I have a, okay.
How are you going to compete? Regarding the prompts, there's a lot of AI services out there where people can copy prompts. So how will you compete against these free services or or marketplaces where you can see other people's prompts?
Okay. Okay, I know. So there's some people will give the prompts for free, but eventually, I think that for those AI prompts creator, they need to make money. That's the way that how to incentivize them to work. And we're not worried about to compete with them. Yeah. Thank you.
All right, thank you, everybody. That does conclude all the presentations that are happening on this stage. Just 1 second here. It looks like we might have something else left on the programming. Are y'all finished? Can all the judges please come up to the front in order to collaborate on who is going to win from all these presentations? Thank you.